Hi everyone, it's Deb from Deb's RV Services and welcome to today's video. And today is a 1976 vintage Argosy. I was excited to inspect this travel trailer because I do like vintage. I belong to a vintage camping group in Michigan. I've really loved looking at the restoration and going inside and all the detail, all the hard work that people put into their vintage campers. And my client called me and she was looking at wanting to get into the vintage camping world, but she couldn't afford something that was already restored. So she wanted to get something that maybe she could put a little bit of money into. So I did the inspection and I called her and let her know that this did have a lot of issues. And when I explained to her about the time and money it's going to take to restore this, she declined to get this travel trailer. She realized that it was more of a fantasy and a dream to have that vintage. You know, when you see Instagram or you're looking in magazines and you have that really cute travel trailer with all those pretty colors and that nostalgic look, you just want that. I want that. But I also know how much work it would be. And for somebody that wants to travel around the country, you are constantly tweaking and putting a lot of time into it, and you just have to be really cautious. And when you put that much money into something that is older like that, you really have to consider what you want out of your RV life. For my client, she didn't want to put that much money into it. She wanted the look, but realized that she wasn't ready for that at this time, that she needed to be a little bit more practical. So I want you to look at this video, see everything that I found. This is kind of what it looks like when you're out there looking for some of these vintage campers, and there's a lot out there that look a lot worse than this. But I did find things that were, for my client, deal breakers. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you on the next one. Today's inspection is of a 1976 Argosy. This is the first time I've gotten an inspection of something so vintage, which I'm excited about. I had to get the owner out here. He didn't have a battery hooked up. There was no water in the tank, so we were able to figure out how to add that. But I thought this would be a fun video to make. He's never used it. He had it 3 years, so he doesn't even really know what the prior owner did with it. He's also got one over here he's selling. And that is an Argosy, it says Argosy 24. That's 1975, he said. Inside. This is what it looks like in here. I enjoy this. This is fun stuff for me. I love to see how these things look and what works on them, what doesn't work. Try to figure out what's original. Look at the little bathtub. I hear something buzzing. I have lots to inspect here. I'm not sure what that is. There's a crack in it. Don't know what this is, but I'm sure somebody out there does. What else did I find? Well, you know, you have like sealant issues around the windows. Over here, you can see right in there. Somebody that's into vintage restoration could get some good work with this. They would know exactly what to do. We have some of the trim rail that's loose coming off here. And oh, right here. So that's loose. There's some dents and stuff. This has been painted, but you can see some of the dents along the sidewall. And aluminum. Some of the paint coming off in gaps. It rained here. It's rained a lot lately, so if I see any water on the inside, I'll know that there's been water intrusion. The tires look like they're gonna be pretty old, so I'll have to look at those too. I'm not seeing any rot in here in the cargo area. When I showed up, the battery wasn't even hooked up, so I had to hook up the battery. I don't know if it has much voltage in it. So I'm gonna test it out. And let's see if I can get in there. Yeah, well, with shore power, we've got 13.2. Okay. I was gonna say the tires look to be like 10 years old, but I'm wrong. They're 2019s. Tires are not as old as I thought they'd be. They're just underinflated. So they're 2019s, but that's still putting them at 5 years old. So they're gonna need to be replaced according to our recommendations. So I'll get the rest of the information from them and look at the tread and everything, and then start to look underneath and see what we have going on there. I enjoy laying on the ground with spiders, let me tell you. All right, I have to get under there. Yeah, underneath here, nice hole right there. And then we've got some wiring for trailer brakes, it looks like. Nice rusty frame. This underbelly area is kind of loose. Bolts coming out. I don't even know. Oh man. I don't know about this. Jeez. I think there's some work that needs to be done. Sometimes conditions aren't ideal when I'm inspecting. I'll show you what I mean. I have to inspect the tires right now. Looks like we need to do a bit of weed whacking, or I just lay my mat right over top of it and smush it down so that I can see what I want to see. Oh, fun stuff. There's like no pressure in these tires. They've been sitting here for 3 years, so which isn't good for them because they do rot. And when you don't use things, it can cause more damage. So being that they're 5 years old, there's no pressure. They don't look good. They look like they've been sitting out in the sun. I would say they need to be replaced, and it's a life safety issue. Okay, we're gonna go inside. I've already noticed that there is no propane in the tank, so I'm not gonna be able to try to get hot water. I do have a the switch here to turn on the water pump, and the water pump is working. Found it under here, and I put water in the tank, but the pump is not stopping after the lines are filled, is what I've noticed. I don't see anything else open underneath, but we're getting water here. Whoa, okay, that didn't sound good. Yikes. That doesn't sound good at all. Well, the toilet fills. Oh wait, there's this other, okay, different kind of toilet here. You can just fill it with one part of it, and then you can dump it. It's always fun when I explore new RVs and I haven't had things that work. These lines have a lot of air. There's no real lock on this door. This doesn't work. Doesn't lock anything. And you know, the only thing you can do is slide this. There's no real handle. And then this just goes in and out, but this doesn't really do anything. And the seals are really cracked and worn. All the way down. So that needs to be worked on. And this would drive me nuts. Like you cut yourself on this. Real rickety. So I was opening the windows. I had to open this window from the outside. I could not get it to pull open from the inside, but so I started doing some investigating and kind of looking around to see some of these areas here. Like there's a gap here in the middle. It's just pulling away from the wall, but then came over here and you know, we had a lot of rain here, so I was kind of looking for something like this. Moisture, mud. So there's gaps in here and down here. This is where moisture got in. And then if you look behind here, you can see rot. Moisture has gotten in. You have debris. And so I kind of found moisture all along the back of these cushions. So, and it's wet. So definitely some areas where there's leaking. And you know, when you're getting something this old, this is the kind of stuff you're gonna find. You need to be a person that wants to do restoration. And you know, you want to get the best of the oldies, but you're still gonna deal with stuff like this. So you gotta be prepared for that. So I don't know if that's a deal breaker for my client, but I'm just gonna let her know. I lifted up the cushion and found the water tank, and I noticed some water down there. So there is some leaking that was coming from something. Not sure where. It was almost like it came from up here and dripped down there. So this is what rot looks like, and I can smell it. Anyone that had like a mold allergy would want to stay away from this like the plague. I can't. Here we go. Oh my God, see that spider? Oh, okay, I'm not looking in there anymore. I've seen enough. Yuck. That does not look good. I got that window open, was able to turn on the TV. That works. And the refrigerator did not work on 120, and it was trying to light on gas, but since I don't have propane, I wasn't able to do it. I can still look inside the refrigerator. Freezer. There's a smell in there, and that doesn't seem very tight. Look at the, if you look down like that, see the uneven seal. So it's not sitting in there flush. And then I looked over here, looked in the closet, didn't see anything alarming in there. Except they're kind of janky locks. Can't even get these things yeah, that's no fun. I was testing the outlets for polarity, and look what I found here. Looking back here in the bedroom area, and you can see the corner here, there's separation. I don't know what, whoever did this just didn't do a very good job at, these boards just, you know, I think I could do a better job, I don't know. This looks like some rot here. Yep, it's all rotted. It's all separating, so there must be a lot of water behind this board. And that explains, it looks like there's stains here too. I could get out my moisture meter, but I don't even think I need to. I think all this got wet, and all this is separation. So I'm in the bathroom and I'm listening to that buzzing sound, and I open up the closet and it's coming from the electrical box. So that is not good. Underneath the bathroom sink, that's all rot. So I finished with the inspection of this 1976 Argosy, and I found a lot of things. There's a lot of rot here. It would have to be somebody that really wants to have a project, a restoration project. But I took it off shore power, and there's no life to the battery. The batteries have been sitting. They're actually new, but the guy hasn't hooked them up to any trickle charge, so they just went dead. So without the shore power, there's really no life to the batteries. So I'm done with my inspection. I hope you enjoyed this vintage inspection. See you next time.